In regards to vowel modification, we hear a lot about vowel modification in the industry of vocal training products, programs, teachers, and what have you. And indeed, it is super important, vowel modification. But I want to help you guys understand a little bit, at least on a surface level, what it means and why it's important. Well, first of all, when we talk about vowels in singing, in the context of singing technique, the most important thing for you to remember, first of all, is that we're never talking about language vowels, okay? We're not talking about the kinds of vowels that I'm using right now as I speak, because language vowels are linear. In a sense, they fly solo. A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y are very linear or very isolated in a sense. And even my articulators, my tongue, my mouth, my upper soft palate are kind of compressed. As I speak, you see my mouth is moving in a way that is consistent for speech mode. So speech mode requires language vowels. And language vowels and speech mode really is not what we do when we're singing great. So when we talk about vowels, in singing technique, we're talking about singing vowels. Now, singing vowels are distant hybrid cousins of language vowels, but not exactly the same. Singing vowels tend to blend, shade in and out of each other, modify in and out of each other. And in fact, I like to say that singing vowels kind of blend like colors in a rainbow. And that brings me to a point that I wanted to make in this video. With the Vocalist Studio and the 4 Pillars of Singing, the comprehensive vocal training program that I produced for singers, one thing that we have done that is super cool, and I don't think it's ever been done before in the history of vocal training. It's a really great idea, and that simply is this. Referring to singing vowels, sometimes we often refer to them as sound colors. Okay, so singing vowels and sound colors are synonymous. They kind of mean the same thing. And students and voice teachers will sometimes refer to sound colors. So sound colors, vowels, same thing. And using the term sound color is helpful because it gets you thinking about the singing vowels in the sense of a color. And yet, because we can't see sound, really, no, there's an exception. You can see sound actually on spectrograph software and things like that. I have other videos that demonstrate that. But generally speaking, in the moment when you're singing a song or training, you can't really see sound, so to speak, okay? Like you can visual colors. So what I have done in the 4 Pillars of Singing is I have organized all of the key singing vowels, the most important primary singing vowels that you need to learn how to master in order to train, get stronger, and get more coordinated for singing. And I've taken those singing vowels or sound colors, and I've assigned a visual color for every one of those vowels. So what that allows me and my clients to do is enjoy and benefit a series of graphics and illustrations, training tools that exist inside the 4 Pillars of Singing. In other words, inside the training program, anytime I'm trying to make a point about singing vowels, it could be a discussion about formants, it could be a discussion about modifying these singing vowels as we go higher in frequency to bridge to passaggio better. It could be a discussion about the TVS acoustic modes, which are families of vowels that share similar resonant energy and therefore sound color properties. There's several different discussions that I have in other videos and in the program where I'm talking about singing vowels. But every time you see a video or in the program, in the book you're reading about singing vowels, you're seeing those same vowels associated with a visual color. So let me just step back and simplify my message for the moment. In singing, we have to care a lot about the acoustics of singing. And that means you have to be knowledgeable and practiced in the art of understanding and managing vowels, singing vowels, how they blend and modify in and out of each other. But singing vowels or sound colors otherwise are not something that you can see, so it makes it more challenging. It makes it more difficult. It's abstract when you can't use your eyes. This is extremely powerful. This is a great idea. Now, anyone who trains TVS or with the 4 pillars of singing, they are all going to benefit from really understanding more than you ever had before the vowels. And because the graphics, as you can see, shade in and out of each other like colors of a rainbow, the whole point about how singing vowels modify in and out of each other is a lot more obvious. You can see it. So I'll just give you an example here. Let's say, for example, I'm referring to a vowel modification formula in the 4 pillars of singing. Throughout the book, there are, in the back of the book actually, there are training routines, okay? Vowel modification training routines. And as you can see, we've created XY intercept graph. The Y-axis represents frequency, up, down, low, high. The X-axis represents moving forward in time and the modification of those singing vowels. And if you take a look at these graphics, you'll see that, for example, on this particular vowel modification formula, A to A is represented by a red color, because A has been assigned red in the training program, and A, the higher frequency cousin, or the vowel that you modify into as you go higher in frequency, is given more of a hot pink color. All right? This would be a demonstration of the A to A vowel modification formula. Okay? Now you'll notice that the lower the frequency, the more A-ish it was. Okay? The higher the frequency, the more A-ish it was. I modified my singing vowels. I modified my sound colors from A to A-ishness, and with the idea of associating these singing vowels with visual color, you can see it on the XY intercept graph. Again, I think this is totally cool. I'll give you another example. There's about 25 of these intercept graphs in the training system. We're just going to go through a few of them. Another one is that I think is pretty popular, and actually it works really great for training your larynx to dampen and to learn how to bridge your vocal breaker passaggio. This next formula also is really great for training you to feel the sensation of resonant energy moving from a forward hard palate edging position back to a covered or pharyngeal position, or a backward resonant vowel, and then again forward to a forward resonant vowel. The formula is A, So I'm going to modify through 4 vowels. As I do this, I'm going to shift my resonant energy from the forward resonant vowel of A, which in TVS we call this an edging vowel. I'll shift it back and pass through 2 curbing vowels, which are backward resonant vowels, and then at the end, I'll shift that resonant energy again back over to the forward edging position, back to the palate. This forward, back, forward movement really gets you strong and coordinated. It helps you to feel resonant energy moving inside your vocal tract, and has a whole bunch of other benefits that are explained in the training program. But check this out. This is A, Me. All right. Now, I could stand in front of you guys and do a video demonstration and talk about vowel modification and even share that formula, that vowel sequence with you. It would be perfectly fine. But again, if I can associate those same vowels with visual color, then even better for you, the student of singing. Because at the end of the day, it's my job to make things that have levels of complexity to it and abstraction to it, which vocal technique can be that way sometimes, as you well know, and make it easier, or find ways to help you grasp the ideas. And so, again, associating sound colors with visual colors is a really cool idea. With the 4 pillars of singing, it's all over the book. And it really helps you to understand singing vowels, modifying vowels, and in the training routines in the back of the program, we've laid out a whole bunch of vowel modification training formulas that utilize this visual metaphor for sound colors. Just wanted to share that with you. I think it's really exciting. It's a really fantastic idea, and I wanted to bring it to your attention. If you have any questions about vowel modification, why we do it, why it's important, and you'd like to go into more detail in regards to vowel modification, there's other videos that I have online that will cover that. And of course, in the product, the 4 pillars of singing, you'll get into more details with that as well. But for now, just know that in regards to singing vowels, vowel modification, form and tuning, all of that, with the 4 pillars of singing, you can now associate all of that information and those ideas with visual color, and that's going to make it a lot easier for you. I hope you guys appreciate it, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.